Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's time for game number 2. You're watching the G-1 League Season 4 LAN Finals, brought to you by Beyond the Summit. Of course, that's myself, LD, and I'm joined here today by GoDz, my partner in crime. My better half, if you will, as far as Dota goes anyway. GoDz, IG versus RNG Sports, the third, fourth place decider match, and Orange get their hands on a TA after taking a Game 1 victory. Mushi gonna get to play signature heroes in back-to-back games. And GoDz is muted. There we go. Welcome to the cast, GoDz.
For once, not my fault. For once,
Yep.
but I'm worried about IG. This is a team who just seem to have not done some of their homework. As far as not just about giving away TA, they ban out the Undying, a hero Orange have never really used. I don't think it really fits their playstyle. It's not a hero that Xtinct or Ice plays as support. Not a hero that Yamateh plays as a farmer. I don't really like the fact they feel they have to ban Undying against Orange. They also give away TA, which kind of leads into them maybe picking up something like Queen of Pain as their mid solo. I don't think they want to run the Night Stalker like they've been running time and time again. For IG, I don't know. This is a team who just seem to be out of sorts at this G1 League LAN Finals, and that's really what counts. You can go undefeated throughout the group stage, the online players, but at the LAN Finals, if you don't show up to play and show up to compete for that first place prize, or in this case, the third place prize, then you struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's we saw it in that really that unique peek inside IG's, behind the scenes footage. We got to see IG in between games 1 and game 2 of this best out of 3, IG versus LGD. If you missed that video, by the way, we will do our best to make it available to everyone, but you really should tune in for the pregame coverage. That was fascinating. These guys were, I wouldn't say at each other's throats, but GoDz, they were a bit testy. Ferrari was cursing his head off. Of course, we didn't actually translate those, but they were pissed. They were frustrated. That's what happens when competitive players lose a game, of course, but you got to keep your cool, you got to keep your composure, and you got to wonder if maybe IG are just, sort of faltering as far as their team dynamics and their chemistry goes.
Yeah, they do decide to go with something different, and this is what I feel they needed to do sooner. They didn't do it against LGD, really. They ran 2 games of very similar strategies. Game 1 against Orange, very similar strategy to what they normally do. This time, they get their hands on an early Magnus pick here. We've seen banned a lot. Used with mixed results. Orange didn't do very well with it against DK. On the other side, LGD ran this against IG to perfection with Yao playing that offlane mag. So we're probably going to see YYF in the offlane with the Magnus here, and that is something which could or couldn't work for them. We'll have to see how Orange try and react. Maybe they try to go for that 1v1 matchup, get something like the Lone Druid for iceiceice. He mentioned he wants the 1v1 matchup. He likes those 1v1 matchups. He doesn't want to be going up against a Trylon, so maybe that's what Orange try and do.
Yeah, he's confident he can deal. He was confident he could deal with with LGD's offlane, and now maybe he wants that match with YYF. That is a tough character to have to play against. As far as the Magnus pick goes, I think this is also a little bit about denying it to RNG Sports, because if you get Mag as your offlane and you have TA as your mid, and it's a Mushi TA, Mushi likes to farm. He likes to get his hits. He likes to get his damage items up. You hit a big reverse polarity. Suddenly, he's splash cleaving through everyone in a matter of seconds. Of course, he doesn't get the cleave, but he gets the bonus damage from Magnus, and he's already got the splash from Sideblades. Orange go for the Venomancer. This is their third pick, so they pick up the Lone Druid early. They want to get those entangles going. They want that kind of mid-game tanky presence. I like the way Orange is drafted again. I think IG has done a better job as well. They're a little bit more open-ended. I think it's good they're not rushing the Night Stalker pick in particular. But at the same time, Orange aren't slipping into any traps. They're not picking 3 farmers in the first stage. So both teams doing a nice job with the draft in game number 1.
It looks like Orange maybe going to try to take a play from DK's book with this Lone Druid pick. They could be trying to go for that 1v1 matchup with the Lone Druid versus the Magnus, and then that makes sense for the Venomancer pick. Picking up Venomancer this early as a support, maybe because they want to go offensive tri-lane. If they want to have the 1v1 Lone Druid versus Magnus over at the bottom lane, they need a strong offensive tri-lane, and Venomancer is a great hero to have that with. So that would make sense if that's what they're planning on doing here. Brewmaster for IG, though. This looks like their solo mid. This looks like something we'll see most likely Ferrari on. They'll have the Brewmaster versus the TA. Brewmaster just being tanky, has the evasion, has the drunken haze if he wants to get an early point in that. Can sort of hold up fairly decently against the TA, especially with some bottle crowing.
In Dota 1, we have seen YYF playing quite a bit of Brewmaster, and frankly, I don't really like that Brewmaster TA matchup unless you play it. I want to say it's Virtus Pro. Cinderin made a tweet or mentioned something about how Virtus Pro likes to actually max the Drunken Haze early on when it's a TA versus Brewmaster, and you just constantly spam it against TA so that she's missing a lot. If you do that build, I think the matchup's okay.
No, LD, come on, don't fall for that cloudy stuff. I don't know.
It's a little cloudy, but at the same time, I mean, that's a best case scenario, right? Is at best you do okay.
That's the worst case scenario. You win, you do better in lane, but you do worse in mid game. Mid game, you don't have maxed out clap. What do you do without clap?
No. You don't skip clap. You just also get Drunken Haze instead of the passive.
You don't have them. I just feel if you're spamming Drunken, you're not farming. That's the thing with the clap build, you're actually farming because you can.
You still get clap with this build. You don't skip clap. You level it up first.
I just feel it's very clowny.
Well, if you don't go for that build, you don't win the lane versus TA. You need smoke ganks. You need help. TA has won this matchup 4 or 5 times in a row in that 1v1 mid, and that's with a variety of players playing both heroes. So. It's not that Brewmaster can't do well, but he needs backup, or at best, he's farming okay.
Yeah, it's not the friendliest matchup, but I think Ferrari, he's often playing those, like, it's the Night Stalker versus Queen of Pain type matchup. He's always playing these heroes which are meant to shine in the mid game, have these sort of strong impact with their initiation. The Night Stalker running in, Brewmaster try to just get that early blink dagger, but he's not meant to win the lane as far as CSing goes. So Mushi, he takes advantage of that. He gets a lot of farm. He looks to control the map as much as possible. And this time, IG, they don't make the mistake of leaving Naga Siren in the pool. We're not going to see Yamateh on that. And we'll see what other sort of strong trialing heroes they do in a ban here.
IG have a pretty big team fight, some pretty good AoE. What they don't really have is a hard carry, at least, unless the Magnus is going to be their hard carry. You don't expect it, but he is not a bad DPSer in the mid to late game. Generally, he's just so good as a utility offlane. That's what we expect to see. IG could go offensive trialing with Brewmaster, but it's a bit risky. You really want to get level 6. So it's hard to say how these teams will develop the rest of their drafts. We do know that IG probably looking for one more farmer and one more support. And over on the side of Orange, looking primarily for Yamateh's hero, it looks like. Yamateh's hero and then possibly Xtincts. And, well, they ban out one of Yamateh's in the Naga. We may see a Chen slip through. I think that's something IG have to ban.
Yeah, IG. Well, depending on what they're expecting Orange to do. If Orange will go offensive trial, I think it's less likely they go for a Chen here. But
it doesn't work for Orange, though. Their offensive trialings have not worked.
Yeah, it doesn't. But I feel Lone Druid in the offlane, I think it actually works out great here. But I just feel the Magnus as an offlane hero is just so hard to kill and hard to gank. So maybe they go, yeah, like you say, they get the Chen and then just have a strong dual lane and just have some hero farming in the safe lane against the Magnus, who does pretty well. Some kind of sort of just ranged carry. Maybe we see a Shadow Fiend even. Shadow Fiend still in the pool, something that Yamateh does play very well.
For the moment, everybody just buy. Oh, Darkseer again. I feel like we're forgetting him, but it's also the teams who are just not prioritizing him. We were seeing IG to pick this hero early, get it for YYF, but they rush the Magnus pick. They don't even want a Darkseer. They will ban it out so Orange can't get their hands on it. But I think I guess it's something Xtinct could play. It's not something they would really use as an offlane because they're not going to give Yamateh a lone Druid. But hey, now it's Xtinct's heroes, and the big one in the pool, that's the Chen. But they go for the Windrunner first. Interesting choice. Who's going to play this?
Well,
Yamateh,
possibly
Windrunner?
Yamateh. This to me looks like they're going offensive trialing with a Windrunner farming for Yamateh. One of his best heroes. This is what he played a lot of at the International and leading up, playing a lot of solo mid Windrunner and sometimes even trialing Windrunner. I think they're looking just have this solid trialing. They get the Windrunner, the Veno, throw in another range if they want something like a Jakira, or maybe just sort of some sort of more tanky or initiate type hero like a Sand King. I feel this is them looking to be aggressive. I think IG expect it. They pick up Faith's Shadow Demon. It's been a long time since we've seen him on this hero. I think he played it a couple times in the group stage, but it hasn't been a go-to hero for him for a while. But boy, does he play the Shadow Demon well.
Yeah, so good for the burst damage and the disengage. And this sets up the Shrek Shadow Demon as a strong combo together. They could also smoke gank TA. You have Edict to chew through Refraction. You have the Soul Catcher and the Disruption to set up that Split Earth and to give the burst damage. That's assuming they pick someone who can survive against a tri-lane, assuming that's what we see from Orange. Assuming we see the aggressive tri-lane. Orange do have their options. They could throw Windrunner in the offlane. They could give, they could run that as a tri-lane. They could have, the Lone Druid be the offlane hero. iceiceice has played that offlane Lone Druid before. They have their options with this lineup. It's a question of what do they want to do? How do they want to lane it? And Sandkid is the final pick. It looks to be offensive tri-lane from Orange.
Yeah, it's quite, and they're going to have the Lone Druid in the 1v1 against the Magnus. And I think IG are expecting this, at least to some extent. They pick up the Luna for Zhou, and we'll see what they want to do here. The Trilane versus Trilane looks okay for IG. They get a lot of damage from the Aura from the Luna for their range supports for the Shadow Demon, for the Leshrac. So I think they match up all right there. It's going to be a bit hard because Luna doesn't have the full 600 range if you're trying to compete for farm. And YYF is heading towards the offlane, so they're going to maybe chance it with him up against that lone druid.
This is a scary combo. We've seen this before. The Magnus and the Luna. That's so much damage on your carry. Zhou has already gone for Lucent Beam at level 1, though. Once the mini-stun, generally we see the Aura picked up first just to help with your last hitting, also allow you to win those early level engagements, but IG aren't protecting their jungle. They just play it very safe. They're not going to go in, so Zhou, of course, on the Luna. Chuan on the Leshrac. Here we haven't seen much of him from super recently, but certainly a support he knows how to play. Ferrari on that solo mid, Brewmaster, and of course, like you said, Faith on the Shadow Demon and YYF as the off-lane Magnetar.
Well, Orange, what are they up to? The Spirit Bear scouting out the IG line. They've seen all 5 now. They know what's coming their way. It is going to be a missed skewer coming out from YYF, unfortunately. Mushi's playing the TA anyway. We've got Lone Druid by iceiceice at the bottom lane. At top, Yamateh playing the tri-lane winner as a farmer. Xtinct on Sand King, and Ice playing the Venomancer. It is the offensive trial. They haven't managed to get done any wards yet. They need to have some smart and useful ward positioning here if they want to be able to contest and work out an offensive trial. Something, like you say, hasn't worked out at all for them so far.
I love the fact that there's a Windrunner as the farmer in this tri-lane, because it's possible she'll die, but it's going to take a lot more effort to kill her. So if Orange want, they can leave the lane, and it's certainly going to be better than, you know, some of the things we've seen with that Sven or CK tri-lanes, where Yamateh just he needs support for the first 6, 7, 8 minutes, and nobody can leave. They at least have a chance at being able to leave, but like you said, they need wards. This is going to help, though. Ice doing some clever de-warding right off the bat. I'm honestly surprised Orange didn't place wards right away when they went into IG's jungle. Maybe they're trying to play some mind games, and they had the positioning, but maybe just trying to bait out some wards from IG, bait out some sentries at least. The tri-lane will emerge. Who do you give the advantage to here?
Well, I think slight advantage to IG, just being on that dire side, having those pulls in. Oop, it looks like the sentry ward, it does catch out the other. They get both observer wards. Actually, that's going to give Orange, de-warding both of those, gives Orange, I'd say it evens it up a little bit.
Little bit overextended. Ice just galing too soon. This is that you got to be very precise with those gales. The new gale, it's so expensive. You get to use 2, pretty much, and then you start needing clarities. He'll have it in just a second. They only have 2 clarities on the Sand King. Also fairly low mana pool. They got to get those arcane boots up soon for Windrunner.
Yeah, it's not something you can just keep spamming away at this top lane. You really have to be very, very careful with it. It's Chuan, big split earths, and this is not the best start for Orange. Using the Gale, chewing through some regen here. They get the early basting on Yamateh, but they need to be able to either contest the pulls or just punish the heroes who are like Zhou, who could be in the lane on his own when the pulls are being used by Chuan. Shadow Demon just so powerful as a defensive support here with the defensive disruption.
Yeah, Orange have some defensive options of their own as well with the Gale. Burrow Strike to escape. Same for Windrun. Yamateh still has not selected a skill. But let's take a quick look at our other 2 lanes. Mushi, solo mid, as the TA against Brewmaster. Ferrari doing a great job of farming so far, but it does get a bit harder. Once TA gets more refraction, points into refraction, she gets a lot more damage. The splash starts hitting harder. That's where you really need to do your bottle crowing. Maybe control the runes. And the other lane, Gods, that is going to be our Lone Druid versus Magnus. Generally, we see this lane heavily favor the Lone Druid. And actually, look at Ice. He's going for a big wraparound mid.
Well, we'll see if this is successful. Something that could really hurt Brewmaster early on, because TA can't get the kills on her own. You can win the lane, at least as far as CS battle goes, but a kill early on could be big. Brewmaster, though, 750 HP roughly is not easy to bring down.
Yeah, this just ain't happening. Even with the haste word on Mushi, he had to be harassed down first, and unfortunately wasn't. Oh, Yamateh, that is not where you want to be, but Disruption is actually on cooldown. It is a very long cooldown at level 1, so he'll be okay, but really does have to be careful. That's something IG can definitely punish. They have such great coordination. If you get even slightly out of position, especially without your 3rd tri-lane hero there, you're dead.
Yeah, this is when as soon as IG spot up the rotation from one of the heroes and they know it's a 3v2 at top, that's when they look to go in and strike, using the Shadow Demon to set up kills for less drag. If it's Trallin versus Trallin, Shadow Demon's looking just for the defensive disruption. Or maybe a support hero out of position.
Cheeky from Chuan, just gonna deny that clarity. It's the little things for these support players, and it's also, he needs to hit a multiplayer burrow strike. Xtinct, oh, he's gonna prevent the split earth. Really smart play. In fact, they might turn this around onto Chuan. What kiting, what coordination from Orange, but it's still IG who strikes first. They get a kill. Now onto Ice, who's dropping low. Look at the glaives, a double burrow strike. Xtinct almost saving one. And then in the end, able to save the other. Ice will survive. So score now 1-1.
Well, IG get the first blood though, and Luna is farming pretty well this top lane compared to this winner, Yamateh. Despite having the 600 range, despite being a really useful farming hero for this offensive trial, and it hasn't worked out so far, and Zhou with these early arcane boots has that regen. And he's going to go for a fast ring of Aquila, I imagine, as well, just to complement this, give him some mana regen for himself as well as his team, and just some strong early game stats from the Wraith Band. This is not a good start for Orange to the trial, and despite some fantastic burrow strikes from Xtinct, that kind of just cut their losses a little bit.
Right. Unfortunately, he couldn't find that 2-3 hero burrow strike before his ally got caught out of position. He did at least delay the inevitable. If that split earth hits a Windrunner, she dies almost instantly. Mushi will be afflicted by that Drunken Haze. Ferrari has taken a point in each. Certainly worthwhile to take at least a point. Use it occasionally. Mushi getting that farm going, and Ferrari just sitting back, not really able to do a whole lot in this lane. Neither is the bottom lane. Magnetar is getting the levels. That's the big thing for him. But it is a lot of farm going on to the two solos. In that sense, guys, it's the same story as last game. The one difference is the tri-lane for Orange not really working out quite as well as you would like, but the two solos continue to have a great time for Orange.
Yeah, Orange is... the two solo plays from iceiceice and Mushi has really been pretty top-notch here. Iceiceice was with a pretty straightforward matchup. We saw it yesterday with Burning up against iceiceice, dismantling a Magnetar, and iceiceice would have... He played the matchup just yesterday. He's playing the other side of it, and he knows how powerful Lone Druid can be. He gets that early Orb of Venom, and he's just harassing away. Forces YYF to go back to base, in fact, just to heal up. And
Mushi wants to go mid. Oh, he needed a fresh refraction. If it was up, that's probably a kill on Ferrari. Ferrari, crucially, is not level 6. He really needs to hit it before this next dive for Mushi. You can see Mushi pushing the wave, just wants to get the creeps there so he can tank and he can dive the tower. Will he do so, though? Drunken Haze is always a concern. So too is that evasion top lane. Burrow strike away is Xtinct. Awaying is Xtinct. Ice dropping low. Windrunner trying to slow everyone down. Nice play by Yamateh. Is it enough, though? Oh, the split earth is going to hit, but they don't have that extra level of follow-up. No mana left on Luna. Now the burrow strike the other way. Xtinct may have overextended, but he will wand up. He will survive. Faith tanking the tower. Rare mispositioning from him. Will barely escape unless this power shot clips him. It will. What a snipe from Yamateh. Beautiful play. Oh, if that Gale hits, they might get the Luna as well. But they get a crucial kill top, and everyone lives. Orange, this is much better teamwork than anything we've seen out of them in a long time in a tri-lane, gods.
Yeah, much better overall. I mean, Xtinct is just an amazing support play. His timings there with those burrow strikes was just spot on. And the Magic 6 catching IG by surprise. They think they have these kills, and then, I mean, Xtinct had 10 charges there. You've got plenty of charges on Yamateh and Venomancer, and Magic 6 is really keeping Orange alive in this top tri-lane with all the aggression that's going down.
I feel like the sort of the matchups we're seeing for this solo mid are really favoring Mushi. Obviously, TA generally going to have the edge of that matchup, but Ferrari's natural instinct and what he's so accustomed to right now is just playing that Night Stalker, getting ahead early, maybe a smoke gank to get him started, and then he just starts killing everyone. But again, this is the second game in a row where he's played a matchup where he has the disadvantage in lane, and he can't be aggressive as he would like to be. So sure, he's 6, but he is 6. So for a second, I thought he might have actually been 5. But he journeyed all the way top, gods. He found nothing, or bottom. He found nothing. Looks like he was checking for the room, but just a lot of time being wasted by Ferrari. Mushi continued to farm, and this is what Mushi wants to do in that 1v1. He'll go for the kills occasionally in lane, but he's not going to leave to gank too often.
Yeah, Ferrari's maybe going to be looking to hope for... He's got this TP scroll, so if there is any aggression from Orange at top lane, he's ready to counter gank. Orange would have spotted that out, though. Mushi would have been checking Ferrari's Iron Sword, would have told his team, hey, he's got this TP, he could be coming top at some point, be ready for it. And, well, there's one observer that's somewhat spotting out the jungle here at top lane, so they'll be somewhat ready if there is some aggression coming from IG at top.
Oh, Disruption is going to find one, but Xtinct is here. Look at the maneuvering from zhou just to dodge that, but it will be a 2-hero burst strike anyway. The problem, though, is they don't have follow-up. Yamateh lives. In comes double damage Mushi. They were not prepared for this. Brewmaster's got a TP now. They need the backup. They need the help. Mushi dodges. Oh, what a play by Mushi. Dodges the stun. Now wants Faith. Was the TP canceled? Where the hell is this Brewmaster? Shackle latches 2 under the tower. Oh, Yamateh, what a play. Mushi is going to die. Didn't have the mana for Refraction. Xtinct as well. Oh, they overextend. Well, I guess they didn't need the TP in the end. Mushi gives away a kill he really shouldn't have. Ferrari is going to show up, but everyone else should get away. Oh boy, that looked like it could have been a total disaster for IG, but they turn it around quite well. Now Chuan comes in, is going to start with the lightning for the moment, and now the split earth. Ice gets caught out. Shackle will not latch on Chuan. Ferrari's coming in. He's got that ult. There's the clap. Where is that clap? There. Oh, look at the damage it does. Xtinct dropping low. One more auto attack. It looked good for Orange. It looked good. They were just up, what, 4-2, and now they're suddenly down 5-4.
Wow. Ice wanted to go back in with that Venomancer. He saw how low zhou was on Luna. It's like, oh, we can get this kill, but miscommunication it looked like. Windrunner Yamateh was too low to re-engage and had to back off. Didn't have mana for that power shot, so in the end, Orange just had different ideas in mind with different players. Even without Brewmaster showing up and making too much happen there, he gets there for some XP. He does sort of just back up his team and sort of scare Orange off. And, well, IG, they do strike back with time. Mushi with that death, that's going to slow down his Blink Dagger a bit, but he did pick up the big kills early on. Unfortunately for Orange now, they need this Blink Dagger on him if they want to keep being aggressive.
You know, I don't know if it's fair to point this out, but Mushi has 1,000 gold. He could have had a Magic Wand. He would have had charges for Refraction, but now they're going to go on mid. They have a Burrow Strike, potentially. Panda was never used top. It is still available. Not going to go for it. But if God, I mean, if Mushi had a Magic Stick top, he lives. He's trying to rush this Blink Dagger. It costs him there. The good news, though, is he still is getting close to a Blink. He still is getting pretty farmed. So, too, is...
With this Blink Dagger, he is a force to be reckoned with. He is not going to be fun to verse as... There we go. Oh, no, you're still there, LD. But anyways, guys, LD's going to be reconnecting soon, hopefully. For the time being, it is just myself casting this.
I'm back. Sorry, guys. My computer just went on the fritz, but we're back inside the game. It looks like Faith is about to be caught out of position. As soon as we have a moment, we'll catch up on what we missed for those inside of the game. We do apologize for the blip in the commentary, but had to get the live stream working. So, GoDz, what did we miss, and where are we now?
Well, right now, it's so far just been the one kill on... that while during the disconnection, there was just the one kill on iceiceice. He was off in the jungle, gets caught out near the bottom tower, and then IG followed up with the tier 1 tower. IG are just starting to group up, starting to go for some pushes now, use this strong team fight of theirs. They've got the Blink Dagger on Brewmaster. Similarly, Mushi's just picked up his Blink Dagger, but Orange haven't been able to find any kills and haven't really been able to stop zhou from farming.
Well, that could be a problem for them. With those early levels, he also gets access to tons of damage, so it's not just the farm, it's level 8, which means he's going to start having that damage aura maxed out soon. Interesting to see zhou is maxing the aura. He's not going for the glaives. This makes a lot of sense in a tri-lane where you want to make sure your heroes are hitting as hard as possible. You're not really concerned about pushing or, you know, farming as quickly as you can. You want to deny that tri-lane some experience. So I love this adjustment. Normally, he goes for the early 2 points in glaives, but he's taking an extra point in Lunar Blessing. Now they want to push. Now he goes back for the bounce.
Well, it is going to be a very, very farm Luna if Orange don't find some initiations, find some kills. zhou, he's up to 74 creep kills. His net worth is leading the way by the looks of things. He's out quite heavily out farming Mushi as well as the Lone Druid over on the Orange side, and this tower gold is really helping IG extend their lead, and it's something Orange just haven't been able to contest. They haven't been able to defend these towers. Venomancer hasn't been there with the Plague Ward spam. Xtinct with the Sand King just doesn't have the levels or the farm really to actually do anything. Just level 5, needs that ultimate, needs the Arcane Boots up as well, maybe just to give that spam so you can cast multiple Burrow Strikes. So far it's been a bit of a struggle. Oh, Chuan, he gets found by Mushi. Insta-gibbed as Mushi just blinks in, Meld hits him down, and two-shotted with that DD rune. Yeah, so I think we've caught up. As far as Golden Experience looks, it is IG leading the way. They've got that tier 1 top. First blood as far as towers go. Score now 6-5. They're ahead in gold, they're ahead in experience, and they have the core items and levels, it looks like, aside from the Blink Dagger on the Magnetar. But they're good to go because Ferrari has one of his own. He'll blink in. He wants ice. This will be an easy kill with that skewer. And then the icing on the cake. IG, the 2 solo lanes struggled to some extent, but what they did is they won that tri-lane, and now Luna is bringing the pain. Mushi guts the double damage tower tonight, and
blinks away before they can initiate upon him. They blink forward onto Xtinct. Magnetar nuke narrowly gonna miss. Mushi, a bit of a magical play from him, to be totally honest.
Well, that's going to help them out. They need to deny whatever they can from IG. IG, who is starting to sort of inch away here in game number 2. After losing that game 1, they've struck back here. Zhou's picked up his Yasha, getting a decent amount of farm here with the drums, the Tranquils on there as well. Like you mentioned, going back for that bouncing attack to give him that strong team fight, give him that strong AoE, and it's going to be iceiceice's bear. He really does not appreciate his own bear's life.
Really?
Similar story to yesterday. The bear cruelty continues. This
is brutal. This is where you need Lumi to make a someone called Pete joke. Because he'll do it even if it's already been made 10 times in a row. But the Demonic Purge even, they just really wanted that. And we've also got a Magnetar who's getting a mechanism. He's not... IG want to push. They're more interested in pushing. They're more interested in these 5v5 clashes and less concerned about getting that big AoE initiation. And this is the nice thing about running the Brewmaster. You're not as reliant on that Magnetar to get a blink. He can go for the support type utility build.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really have a clear mech bias, so hey, play the Magus one. It's going to be a really useful item for these teamfights. The plus armor against the TA, the Sanking AoE, the Venomance ulti, power shots, all these things. Even the Lone Druid getting very close to a Radiance as well. 4k gold on Iceiceice. Decent time for his Relic. Needs to have that Radiance up in the next 3 or 4 minutes as well to complement it.
Just continuing to farm is Zhou. So they're going to get the Radiance up on the Lone Druid, but he's got his Yasha up. Does he have any other components? Nope, not just yet, but we'll see. The Matza style... Luna is a hero that can really make short work of that Lone Druid Bear later on, just because the whole team gets physical damage. And you have Empower as well. I'm not convinced about the Lone Druid's ability to be effective in this game unless he gets really fat. And right now, I think once the Luna starts to hit that level 12, 13 mark and... she's got the Manta up. That bear's not going to be long for this world. They are going to initiate upon Zhou. Burrow Strike is here. Mushi as well. The Shackle doesn't latch Epicenter just for Zhou. They will bring him down. Ferrari comes in. Claps and ults. Dust now popped out. No escape for Mushi. Maybe that's the hero to focus. They go for Ice first. They bring him down. They want to Cyclone Mushi away, but he blinks into the tree smartly before trying to TP away. Now he's TPing out. They do catch Sankey, though. He's dusted up. He might fall soon. Needs to Burrow Strike into the trees. Not where he wanted to go. I think he wanted the cliff. Now he's skewering up on top of it. YYF traps him in, delivers a little dose of ice, showing that he too knows about that cliff and will abuse it if necessary. All in all, I think a decent trade. They get the Luna.
And the courier was conveniently there to pass the TP to the high ground. I think it was bringing out an item for somebody, but hey, they used the courier to pass the TP from one hero to the other, so he TP's out. And, well, good fight for IG overall. I mean, losing the Luna, not going to be fun for them, but hey, Zhou respawns, they get a couple kills out of it, and Orange, they're getting a kill, but they don't follow up with the tower. They're not really making headway with that. Iceiceice trying to get this bottom tier 1 tower, and uh-oh, here we go. Entangled up on YYF, he skewers the bear away. Iceiceice does get the tower now. That's going to be his Radiance, so that's the win that Orange were looking for with that kill at top lane.
Well, they get the tower. I'm surprised iceiceice is staying around. He's got to hoof it out now, and Zhou's coming in for a bit of a backstab. He does have a... no, he doesn't have Eclipse. This is very bold. To run up that hill like that, they have a ward, but several Orange heroes are off the map. Just, well, he's going to be okay. Now the Lucent Beam. Luna tower diving. Lone Druid. This is not what you see every day. This is your G1. Game 2. Third place decider match. And it's Luna leading the charge. Not Night Stalker. Not TA. Not any of the typical heroes. IG are feeling real confident all of a sudden.
Well, they need to be. They did drop that first game. This is a must-win match for them. To take it to a game 3, to take it to a deciding match here in your third place decider. A couple $1,000 US extra up for grabs. Both the third and fourth place team do walk away with some prize money, but I believe it's about an 8,000 or 6,000 difference between the two places. And as a result, IG, they want that. Not to mention the prize money. Think about the pride and think about just putting up a good show for players like Iceiceice and Mushi who want to join a Chinese organization.
Think of the children. Think of the teddy bears, Mushi. Don't do it to Chuan. There's the trap, the blink forward. And this will be the death of that teddy bear. No chance for Chuan.
Oh, this is just brutal. This is something that Mushi is so good at, isolating those support heroes. He's just so good at predicting their movements around the maps, picking them off, finding those little kills like that, and then he goes back to farming. He always seems to know where heroes like Lashraka are around the map, and a lot of it comes down to the warding from players like Xtinct and Ice, who really just help set up those kills, even if they're not there for it. Just having that map control up really is something that Mushi maximizes. It's all you can get from it.
I expect we're going to see a gem real soon from IG. They're up against 2 heroes who can go Invis, the Sand King and the TA, and more importantly, or equally importantly anyway, they want that map control. So I think, you know, you're pushing these towers down, you've started to go back for the pushing abilities like the Bouncing Glaives, now level 3. Luna's getting to that point where the whole team becomes a bit of a death ball, and now she's actually got Empower on herself. Shackle not going to let Gale onto, but they blink forward with the Lone Druid. They will catch out Venomancer. Now into Yamateh, surging forward is going to be that Magnetar. Once Yamateh, oh no, he had a gem, and he will give it up. Who wants it? Who wants it? Come on, guys, someone pick it up. Nobody wants this gem. It's Hot Potato, and Chuan will take it in the end.
Well, Chuan has so far, I think he was reluctant because so far he's been food to his TA at the top lane. But,
That's smart.
He's going to be reluctant to go diving into this regardless. There's 4 heroes there waiting for him. Iceiceice has done a fantastic job at this bottom lane, pushing it out, forcing heroes to try and come back. And, well, IG, it's TP's force. Zhou is now back in the bottom lane, and the push at top lane does end. So Orange, great at using this split push to help them get an advantage.
IG, this is cheeky. They want to come right back in top. In comes iceiceice, but he's got backup. Orange are anticipating this aggression. What can they do against the Panda ult? The Burrow Strike only catches Magnetar. Doesn't look like it's enough. Reverse polarity. Oh, but the Cyclone on ice means that only the Lone Druid will die off the bat. YYF should fall to this. How does he run from Mushi? He maybe just hides in the trees. Burrow Strike on 2. Shackle as well. Bringing down 2. The counter initiation, Orange. What beautiful prediction. Oh, and now... well, that's Mushi up in the air. So in the end, Ferrari gets away. GoDz, we've been talking a lot about Mushi's individual ability to just figure out where their supports are, but that was a team-wide call. That was the team expecting IG to do something. We have seen for them quite a few times. They did this like 4 or 5 times in that game 2 against LGD. They leave a lane, and then they immediately smoke up and come right back in, try to catch you by surprise.
Yeah, I think Orange saw it coming. The problem is Orange still lose their Lone Druid. I don't think they expected so much to be instantly thrown. IG, as far as that gank goes, they dropped the Brewmaster ultimate immediately. They knew they had to bring him down fast because they were so close to the tier 2 tower. So 2 for 2 trade in the end. Orange losing their Lone Druids. So in the end, despite what seems to be predicting it, they do still cut some losses here. And IG at bottom lane looking to put on some more pressure. Not to mention mid lane, Chuan. He gets caught out.
Oh, Chuan gets shackled. Yamateh will happily accept this donation. Chuan getting a little bit too manly there. Wait, did he have the gem, or did they... I guess they ended up passing it around, I think.
They gave it back at top.
Oh, here
lane.
they go. Here they go. Zhou doesn't have his Manta yet, but he gets disrupted, and Eclipse is still going off. Will it be enough? It's not. Mushi is getting absolutely just out of control. Ferrari tries to TP. I think it is shackled immediately, dodging everything. Not enough. Triple kill for MGod. Mushi is doing it again, and all of a sudden, our lead farmer, our most farmed and leveled up player, is his Templar Assassin, and now he's sitting on his signature pile of 4,000 gold.
Well, TA Mushi, he's just out of control right now. His TA is just something out of this world, one of a kind. He plays it so damn well, and he's got all that farm. I mean, he could maybe he doesn't actually want to go for the full Manta style. The Yasha on its own, very cheap, very cost effective. The Manta style, I feel, isn't going to be needed as a counter to too many of these heroes. There's not many sort of direct stuns. There's no entangle or anything you want to get out of.
Oh, Mushi.
There's no silencers, and boy, is he farmed.
Yeah, Chuan's got to be careful. His team is respawning, but they get a tier 1 off of this, and now it's sort of back in Orange's wheelhouse. It feels like, and I'm about to look at the graphs, I'm sure they're going to show it, GoDz, that, you know, it's suddenly Orange's game to lose gold-wise. Oh boy, look at that swing. The tower gold, the hero kills, massive turn of events. They're up by over 3,000. As far as experience goes, it was at best like 100 experience lead for IG, and now it dips the other way, or skyrockets the other way since Orange are on the Radiant. They're going to have a Blink Dagger soon on Xtinct, and at that point, Orange will have some great counter-initiation, AoE stunning of their own to rely on. Mech, Force Death up on Yamateh, doesn't have the best farm, 80 CS, but he's had enough kill participation at the tower gold that he's getting these utility items up. And IG, how many times did we see this yesterday as well? 5 hero smoke. They want to come on mid. They will find ice, but if they only lose the Venomancer, I think that's okay. Will they even lose him? Gale on so many. All the Blink Daggers disabled. They might catch Yamateh. Remember, he has a Force Staff. How much do they use for Yamateh? They only use the Split Earth. What timing from Chuan. Incredible control of his hero. Now the bear gets drunk and hazed. In comes the Venomancer. Poison Nova on 4. This is, if anything, an entangle on Chuan. Oh god. And Mushi now into the fight. Reverse polarity just for him. Bringing him low. Bringing him potentially down. He's got Refraction back. buyback up. Will it be enough? It will not. The immolation damage to finish him off. Actually, Shadow Demon Poison secures that kill. Meanwhile, YYF, Lone Druid trying to find an entangle, trying to buy an entangle. Iceiceice does get one, but it looks like Arj may be getting picked off one by one. Faith is here again. What play from this Shadow Demon, and he will secure another kill. Two very important heroes picked off, and it looks like Mushi bought back. Oh boy, there's
Mushi buys back, and his TP's on cooldown. He can't get back to the fight. This is a kind of late game decision making which I feel Orange can really suffer from. He's not really achieving much, and look at this, IG going to Roshan. Even with Mushi buying back, they're not afraid of that. They see Mushi at top. Mushi just bought back to farm, and in the end, this is going to be a gold loss for him. He didn't really make much happen from it, so IG capitalizing on some late game poor decision making from Orange. Orange still looking okay. They've got a very farm lone druid here. He's almost got the completed assault crest, but being on that dire side for IG, if they can get this Aegis uncontested, it's a great pickup for them, but it looks like there's going to be a fight for it.
I think that buyback was just a little bit late. Roshan's about to fall. Shackle not going to latch. Nice juke away by Ferrari. YYF missing, and in comes Mushi into the middle of the entire enemy team. Oh, that is not where he wants to be. He will melt instantaneously to the Eclipse, to the AoE, and one by one Arch are getting picked off. The Lone Druid now next in line. This could be the start of that total disaster. This snowball is just going up and down the hill. I have no idea which side it's going to go over. Oh my goodness. Just when you think you understand which direction the game's headed, the players flip it on its head. IG showing a bit of that comeback spirit, gods. This is something, they've been here before against Orange. In Game 1, they didn't find the comeback, but right now, they weren't ever behind for a long period of time. But there was a moment where the graphs were saying Orange are winning this game. Now it's IG back in control.
Yeah, Mushi. He goes diving in there. He actually gets, I don't know if it was him who got the Roshan kill. Orange actually get the Roshan kill, but boy, was that fight not worth it. His buyback on cooldown. He will be up by the time they sort of go high ground if they look to get Raxus here. And IG, they probably don't completely go high ground with the T3 towers, but what a big team fight win for them. They get the T2
this is
now,
bad.
And they are looking like a strong hero composition.
They've got reverse polarity as well, so they've got to be very careful about the positioning. If they get caught out, and this is a Magnetar who is a blink as well as Skewer. He can blink in, Skewer heroes back, and then just look to cut them off with his team. And look at how quickly the tower drops, but Mushi is here. And one nice thing about TA, she does bring illusions down quickly. In we go, the blink back into the Skewer. Easy kill picked up, still has that reverse polarity. Only the Venomancer, and it looks like he got his ult off, so at least gonna do his part. Does contribute to death, but pretty much that's what you expect from your Venomancer anyway, so not a big loss for Orange. The bigger loss, that'll be the tier 3. And we see what IG, this is basically a swap. Blink Skewer, you might as well, except you're not even in danger. You just get your hero out safely as well.
It's ridiculously powerful. It's in some ways almost a guaranteed kill, or not so much a guaranteed kill, but either a guaranteed kill or a guaranteed force Orange to initiate in on you, which is not something they can really afford to do against a Mag. The reverse polarity comes into play. You've got the Brewmaster with an ultimate. Ferrari getting close to level 16 and also an Ag Scepter. So this is going to go from a level 2 ulti to a level 3 ulti with Ags very, very soon, and that is going to be scary potent. There we go. He's completed the Ags. He just needs to get that level 16 now, and his team fight has just really been peaked out now.
Wow, the way that the gold, I mean, not just the gold graph, but also the who's on top as far as items go for these carries has really shifted quite a bit. And I think crucially, even more importantly, Xtinct still doesn't have his blink, still doesn't have level 11, but even at this late point when he gets it, sure, there's a Panda ult, he won't really care about it, but they don't have a pipe on the side of IG. I think there's still room for Xtinct to make a real impact in these fights. I think if Arj are going to turn this game back around, it really comes down to him. He's got to find an opening for a big epicenter.
Yeah, Sand King and Winrun are kind of the two, in my opinion, going to be crucial heroes. You've got Mushi going for the safer, tankier build. He's got Mantis, he's trying to pick up his BKB. He's going to be able to stay alive in these fights for a bit, but he needs setup from the Disablers, from the Sand King Burrow Strikes, from the Winrunner to hit some big 2-hero shackle shots. Yamateh's got another gem trying to de-ward for his team, get some map control up, but he really needs to make some big plays in this late game as well as Xtinct.
Level 11 is claimed by Xtinct. Blink Dagger about to come out. He's just going to get it at base. Very safe play from him. Orange need to stabilize right now. They got to be careful not to get picked off. You know IG is a team that aren't going to let their foot off the pedal, gods. They are going to keep that aggression flowing. If you have a tier 2 on the map and you see more than one hero in that lane, IG's probably 5-man pushing it, and it looks like only a 4-man push. But Zhou is going to be on the way, and he's got an Eagle Song. This is going to be a butterfly soon. Doesn't have that BKB. This is where the magic damage can still hurt. Doesn't have the lifesteal either. What he does have is the Aegis, and that's running out in about 2, maybe 2.5 minutes. It's time to strike while that iron is hot. IG are going to get the tier 2 bottom. Mushi tries to split push, tries to counter, drawing the creep wave back with his Manta Illusions. And IG are going to back off, just going to wait. If they want to fight, it's either wait for the second Roshan or do it before the siege expires.
Yeah, they maybe want that level 16 Panda. They want to push out the top lane as well. They don't want to give Mushi a free tier 2 tower, but like you say, no Aegis. Very, very soon they will have lost that. And iceiceice, his Spirit Bear at bottom lane. It's being pinged. They're not going to go for it now. I thought IG will go for some more animal cruelty. They're going to go down the mid lane here. Chuan actually finishing off a Yule Scepter, so that'll help keep him alive in some of these fights, as well as help deal with the Templar Assassin. This item pretty much is designed for Mushi. This is either to throw it on Mushi, prevent him from killing other people, or throw it on yourself if you get jumped by Mushi.
YYF and zhou pushing in that middle lane with the rest of their squad. IG looking to force this to a game 3. They are currently down 1-0. Orange is leading it. It is a best out of 3. This is your third, fourth place decider. I saw some people saying this is the loser's bracket. It is not. This is single elimination. These teams already out of the running for first and second place, but still pride and a little bit of extra cash on the line. Here comes the big siege. They gotta go soon. They gotta stop this push, although so far so good. In comes the epicenter by xtinct. Catches out too, but the mech is there. Not quite enough. I feel needed to wait for counter initiation. Tries to go aggressive. Zhou dropped low. Will be forced back. Bear slowing down Chuan. Everything. Oh no, there's the Eclipse. Zhou strikes first. There's your first kill. Panda ult on that long duration, taking forever for it to wear off. Focusing on the racks. Zhou is going to lose the Aegis. Will they still fight this? Will there be a big Yamateh shackle? That could turn this fight. That could turn it around. No shackle attempted yet. Rax falls. Will Orange try to punish the retreating heroes? Trap on 2. Manta style, or Butterfly completed in the middle of this fight. The Bear now taking some extra damage from Soul Catcher. Orange forced back. The tower dive going the other way. Burrow strike on 4. Xtinct. Are you kidding me? But even better is that return reverse polarity, catching out another couple heroes. The buybacks coming out. IG get Rex. Now they're diving the base. This might be a mistake. Not sure if they want to do that yet, but they're going to try for it. Xtinct, another Burrow strike. Disruption on Ferrari to keep him alive. Now driving Ice back. That Venomancer should survive, or will fall, rather. I was talking about the TA should survive. Ferrari, now they're just going to go throne it. Whoa! RIG just ending the game.
IG are back. They are striking back. They were not happy with their Game 1 performance or their performance against ldD, but they just go straight down the mid lane. Forget top, forget bottom. We're going to take the throne. Orange GG out, and IG are going to force a Game 3 here in our third place decider.
Oh god, this is only the third place decider, guys. This isn't even the main event. This isn't your grand finals, but this is IG versus Orange. You know a tournament is deep and chock full of amazing teams when you get games and teams like this in the third place decider in our Game 3, which is coming up soon. That'll be Orange versus IG, game number 3. We do have the highlights ready for Game 1. If we have time in between 2 and 3, we will roll them now. We'll try and get the highlights for this game out to y'all as soon as possible. But more importantly, we're Beyond the Summit. We're David and David. And if you enjoy our commentaries, be sure to follow the channel. If you want to go the extra mile and support us, subscribe. It really does make a difference. We get all our revenue from ads and from subscribers. You also don't get ads anymore. So if you hate ads and you want to support us, that is probably the best way to do it. But thank you all for tuning in. We hope you appreciate these games and the production. Game 3 is coming up soon. RIG eyeing Orange from across the chasm. Who's going to emerge as the third place team in this event? Who's going to be that last place of the LAN finals? We're going to find out in a few moments' time. Stay tuned for that.